Hello, dear friends. I welcome you today in a moment with Sister Prisca. And the title of our today's discussion is Read Yourself, Not Others. Find freedom and peace in your own story. I am truly grateful to spend this time with you today as we dive into a topic that every one of us has always been in need of hearing. We know this topic really touches every one of us, but sometimes we do not know how to tackle it. It has been the cause of many setbacks in our own lives, in the things that we do, and even in our own individual progress. Allowing us to think about this. Read yourself, not others. Find freedom and peace in your own story. Many times we keep on comparing ourselves with others. We forget that we have individual journeys to journey with. Our journey of success is never a collective journey. And for that reason, every one of us is called to focus on his or her own individual journey. Just like you were born alone, God has given you gifts and talents, very unique that He has not given to every other person. And when you begin to compare yourself with others, you are doing nothing other than stopping your own progress. Many times we may think that the cause of our failure is because of other people's own interference in the things we do, the way we act, and even the things we forget to do. But we forget the most important thing, that when we begin to focus on other people's own progress instead of looking into ways of making our own journey better, we begin to fall. We begin to re- re- return back into where we started from. And when a journey that you've already started, you stop on the way, to continue again requires a little energy and more strength in order to forge ahead. In as much as we find ourselves in a world with social media, endless comparisons, loud voices telling us who we should be, it's easy to lose sight of the beautiful, unique person God created each one of us. Today, let's explore why turning our gaze inward, reading ourselves with kindness and truth can bring peace, confidence, and spiritual freedom. Have you ever caught yourself scrolling through social media and thinking, why am I not as successful as they are? Why don't I look like her? Why don't I have what they have? Comparison is a thief of joy. It steals our peace and convinces us that we are less than enough. Even St. Paul, a great spiritual leader, knew the dangers of comparison. In Galatians chapter 6, verse 4, he encourages us each one should test their own actions. Then they can take guide in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. When we measure ourselves by others, we lose sight of God's unique plan in our lives. The truth is, God made you wonderfully and specifically for a purpose no one else can fulfill. As the psalmist says in Psalm 139, verse 14, it says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that fully well. So, comparison is like trying to read someone else's book when you have a precious story that only you can tell. So, what does it mean to rely on yourself or to read yourself? Reading yourself has nothing else to tell us other than making it very clear and obvious to us that belonging or becoming your own closest friend and confidant is reading yourself. It's like you picking up a book and reading its content, but this time around is an inward journey to look at whom you are and making yourself what you desire to become by the grace God has inspired in you. It means listening carefully to your heart, your joys, your struggles, your dreams without judgment. Most times, when we begin to compare our own progress with that of other person, there is no other thing we are doing than trying to make an ungrateful heart towards God who has given us everything, even without our own consent. It means paying attention to what God is saying to you through self own life story. Read yourself like a book and understand the content of each page, each line, each chapter of your own book. When we read our own books, we discover the beauty in our imperfections, the lessons in our failures, and the strength in our weaknesses. Think about the example of Jesus. He often withdrew to quiet places to pray and reflect, to listen to the Father's voice in his own heart. If Jesus needed that time, how much more do we? To read yourself is to say, I honor my journey, my steps, and even my stumbles because they are shaping me. It is an act of faith and self love. So, dear brothers and sisters, let us learn to read our own stories and become the best version that we can be. Here are some simple, practical ways to start with. First of all, set aside 5 to 10 minutes each day to sit quiet. Close your eyes and breathe deep and ask God to help you see your heart clearly. What feelings and thoughts come out? Don't rush, just listen. Another method is writing down your thoughts, your prayers, your worries, and your joys. Journaling is like having a conversation with yourself and God, and it helps you to recognize patterns, growth, and areas you need for your own personal healing. Celebrate your small win. You need to know that every little effort you make and you succeed, you need to celebrate. If you don't celebrate your success, tell me who will celebrate you. It is like you not recognizing what you have and wanting others to come and celebrate you. No, you begin by telling yourself, I am the best. I have tried my best. Even when I fall and get up, I have already tried my best. And with that conviction that those around you see that you're making daily efforts, they will now begin to congratulate you. Look, this word has nothing else to tell you other than to allow you to focus on your own journey. And how do you do that? By trying to measure your own way and try to do the best you can. Look around and see those who can help you to become whom you desire to be, and you begin like that way. So, and you have to do this. Did you get through a hard day? These are some of the questions you need to ask yourself. Did you speak kindly to yourself instead of with harsh words? Did you help someone in a small way? Celebrate these moments. They show your growth. You know, one of the worst things we can ever do to ourselves is trying to be harsh and bad to ourselves. Sometimes we form the habit of easily criticizing our own self instead of trying to see the good in us. When someone tells you, you're good in art, instead of you saying, yes, I'm just trying the best I can, and I believe that with time I'm going to be the best out of it. You begin by telling yourself, I'm not good in anything, I'm just doing. Tell yourself, speak positive words into your life, and with that, God will be able to bless you and provide you more opportunities to grow. Don't think that all of a sudden you will become a star. It starts by daily struggle, individual struggle, and step by step you begin to climb that ladder of success. It's not something magical, it is something that requires daily effort, just like a plant that requires time to grow and to bear fruit. Replace critical thoughts with kind words. When you feel down, say, God loves me as I am. I am enough today. Tell yourself good words. Some people are very good in giving or using abusive words on themselves. Why don't you show yourself that pity or even that likeness? Remember the commandments, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I ask you this question: if you don't love yourself, how will you be able to love others? If you can't tell yourself kind words, how would you be able to show or tell others kind words? These are the things you need to do. And that is why the great proverb tells us charity begins at home. Charity begins with oneself. It is what you wish yourself that you wish to others. You cannot wish others good and wish yourself bad. It is never done anyway. And for that reason, you have to stop the spirit of criticism in your own life. Finally, you have to ask the Holy Spirit to guide you daily. As Proverbs chapter 3, from verse 5 to 6, reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. You can never do anything and succeed without God's grace guiding you. In all of your success, God is aware of it. Even your failures, God is aware of it. And sometimes when you fail, it's not because you didn't try much, it's because God has something else beautiful to teach you with that failure. It is the humble art of kindness and trying to let us know that there is season in everything that we do. There is time for celebration and there is time that we have to mourn. These are the things you have to know. You are not always a winner. There are some times you may experience failure, but that failure is a sign of growth. It is just for you to learn the things you do not know. The freedom that comes from reading yourself, there is a difference. When you commit to reading yourself and trusting your own journey, a deep freedom comes, the freedom to be yourself fully without apology. You may no longer need to chase after what others have to say or what it has to take before you become whom you are not. You can walk confidently on the path God has just made you to be. Jesus invites us in Matthew chapter 11 from verse 28 to 30, where he tells us, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from it, for I am gentle and humble of heart, and you will find rest for your soul. That rest comes when you stop carrying the heavy burden of comparison and start embracing your own beautiful and imperfect story. Dearest one, nobody can exercise or experience all of joy, all of success in everything. Remember, when you look at the life of Jesus, it's comprised of four moments, and that is exactly what we try to remember when we recite the rosary. In the mysteries of the life of Jesus, you celebrate the joyful mystery, the sorrowful, the luminous, and the glorious mysteries. There are joyful moments that one experience and you have to celebrate. You need to be happy. There are sorrowful ones when you have to meet times that are not all that too pleasant. You need to thank God for all those things because they have their own lessons that they need to give you, and you have to from it and grow with it. And you learn to be thankful to God because God never abandons you, even in your own hardest moments. He is always with you. And in that luminous mystery, there are some things God unveils and teaches you. Just like in the in conversion, the wedding at Canaan, you have this thing, the celebration of the Holy Eucharist, and a lot of them. All of those things, these are moments that Jesus invites us to look into our own lives and unite it with his own heart. And you have the glorious mysteries where we celebrate our joy, all our glories, all the miraculous things that happened in our life. But you have to remember, never compare your life with the life of others because each and every one of us has a mission that we are being called to fulfill. Enjoy your own journey and never think that God has abandoned you. And so, before we finish, dearest ones, I want to invite you to reflect on two questions. When was the last time you truly listened to yourself, your heart, your fears, or your hope? What is the one thing before your own story that you can celebrate today? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your courage to be honest might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and celebrate to a moment with Sister Prisca. Don't forget to subscribe to this very channel and let us grow together in faith, hope, and love. May God bless you and keep you always. Remember, your story is precious and you are wonderfully made. Thank you for being with us today. I am Sister Prisca in a moment with Sister Prisca. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and encourage your friends to subscribe and follow us in this very channel. There are other beautiful videos that you will see. Watch them to the end. You will surely learn something good. If there are other suggestions you want to make on the topics you would want us to talk about, or you may want us to reflect together, or any idea you have that will help grow this very community, kindly drop them at the comment section and we will talk about it. Until the next edition, hang around and check on. I truly care for you. Value your own story and make the best out of it. God bless your day and always remain grateful to God.